Hello and welcome to another speaking video by Johnny, and this is the class. This is a class on Friday evening. It's evening now, yes. 6 o'clock to 7:30. It's actually evening already. So, class, are you ready for your practice? Class, are you ready for your practice?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, good. Now, so last time we do part 1 of headphones, 42. I suggest we do 40. Let's do 41. Where's that? Okay. What's that? Interesting. Why this one pops up? Okay. So let's do science now, shall we? Okay. So, Mr. Chi Kong, please. Do you like science? Nói từ từ các bạn. Just speak slowly. Focus on your stress pattern. Những âm máy. How long the vowels are. Is it double consonants or is it double vowels? Cái độ dài ngắn của âm liệu nó có phải phụ âm kép hay nguyên âm kép không? The last sound of every word. Okay, cái âm cuối của từng từ. And of course, you should speak slowly, okay, but clearly. Phải nói chậm rãi nhưng mà rõ ràng nha, okay. So, Mr. Chi Kong, please. Do you like science?
Yes, I am very keen on science because I am a scientist.
Oh, you are a scientist yourself, right?
Yeah, I research about mathematics.
Okay, you research about mathematics, I see. So, when did you start to learn about science, Mr. Chi Kong?
I studied science when I was university student.
So you learn it in the past, right? So you learn it in past tense. So I learned it when I was a university student. How about before that?
Before I have studied some subjects like math, chemistry.
Some subjects like such as what?
Yeah, like math, chemistry,
chemistry, not good. Chemistry.
Sorry, chemistry.
No, chemistry.
Chemistry.
Cái chữ STR là một cái âm rất là khó các bạn. Cho nên cái âm S mới thuộc về cái âm trước đó là miss. Và cái tr nó thuộc về chữ tree. Thì nó sẽ dễ hơn. Basically, just separate the STR into like two parts. So, miss and then tree. Chemistry. Okay, very good. So, Mr. Yu Ying, please, do you like science?
Yes, I do, because science gives me more knowledge about life, human theory.
Say again, life and?
Human theory.
What is human theory? I don't understand that word. Không hiểu.
Nhân văn.
There you go. Vấn đề phát âm. This pronunciation problem again. Human theory is that nhân văn. Humanity là loài người. Nhân văn, what is that word again? Human theory, right?
Yes.
Let me check this one. Should be... You say human theory?
Yes,
there's nothing like this. Because when you search, there's nothing like this. Humanities, you mean?
Yes, maybe.
Nhân văn, cái này là từ nhân văn này. This one is nhân văn. This one humanities. So basically humanities. Okay, so tell me, Mr. Yui, Which science subject is interesting to you? Be careful. Interesting, interested, interested. And why?
The
Which
science
subject is
give me
interesting to you?
interesting. The science subject give me interesting to me
No.
is
The science subject that
history.
I am interested in. Trạng thái
The
cảm giác của
science-
tôi là tôi interested. Còn cái bản chất sự vật sự việc nó sẽ là interesting. Be careful again. Interesting describe like how I feel, my status. It's a passive adjective, tính từ chủ đề bị động. Interesting describe the nature of something. It's an active adjective. Nó là một tính từ chủ động. Mấy bạn cứ dính cái vụ này hoài luôn á. Interesting and interested. Let's say again. So which science subject is interesting to you and why?
The science subject that give me interesting is history.
The science subject that give me interesting. Cái gì thế này? That give me interest. Chỉ phải dùng cái dạng là danh từ của nó.
Interest.
That give me interest. Mà nó cho tôi sự hứng thú. That give me interest is history.
That give me interest is history.
But why? You have to explain.
Because it's give me more knowledge about history of Vietnam world and another world in the world.
And other kind of words around the world, right?
Around the world.
Okay. Were.
World.
And then world. Một cái là world, thế giới. World, like a dog when you say, when a dog barking, wow, 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 wow. You know, world. Như chó sủa đó. World. So around, it gives you insights or ideas about other words around the world, right?
Around the world.
Okay, so Miss Ville, please. So when did you start to learn about science?
When do you start to learn about science?
Of course, everyone learned science before, right?
Yes.
But when did you start to learn about science?
I think I start to learn about science and when I studying high school
When I was in high school, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, ráng cố gắng mở rộng ra các bạn. Expand, please. And how you feel about it, how you felt about it.
Actually, I have no idea, but I don't like
I didn't like
much. Yeah, I
because
didn't
in the
like.
past, quá khứ, I didn't like
I didn't like it.
all the science. You didn't like all the sciences? No chemistry, no physics, no math, no biology, nothing?
Yes, sir.
You have to say no. Phải trả lời là no mới đúng nha. No, I don't like. Chứ không phải là yes hay đúng
No.
rồi. You have to say no.
Okay, no, I don't like it.
No, I don't like it. Alright, so Miss Ville, so you found no interest. You found no interest in any science. Is that right? But why? What's the problem?
Because I just feel so excited with money and business.
Ah, so you just feel excited or interested in business, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay, that's a good idea, man. You know. So, Miss Ngan, please. Do you think
Yes.
people should learn science more? Do you think like people in general should learn science more? Miss Ngan, please.
Yes,
You
yes.
are? Yes, I'm listening. Ngân ơi, are you still there? Hello, please answer the question.
Yes.
Nhớ là mấy câu này không cho thời gian suy nghĩ đâu nha. Mấy câu này đơn giản mà. These are just
Tại
simple
mới vô
questions.
tại đợt trước em không có học, thầy Lâm mới kêu em vô lớp này.
Rồi hiểu rồi, còn
Em
đây
cũng chưa có
đang
hiểu
bỡ
được
ngỡ, hiểu rồi, đang là
cái
bỡ ngỡ.
học. Dạ.
Hiểu rồi, cứ nói đại đi, trời ơi. Cái quan trọng của cái nói đó là cái fluency, cái sự mà trôi chảy, you know. Chứ không phải từ vựng khủng hay gì đâu. It's not about big words or like fancy vocabulary, it's just about fluency, you know, when it's come to speaking. So, Miss Young, please, do you like science?
No, I don't like science
But why? What's the problem? Mỗi
because
câu này các bạn ráng trả
I
lời khoảng 2 đến 3 câu nha, để người ta có cái để chấm điểm nha.
because I don't like
I don't like
because I don't like science.
Cẩn thận mấy âm cuối
I
các
don't like
bạn,
science
cẩn thận cái âm
because
cuối.
it has
Because I don't like
like
science.
I don't like science because it has nothing to do with my accounting course.
With my accounting major, it
Yes.
has nothing. It has nothing to do with my accounting major. Không có liên quan ngành accounting của tôi hết. It has nothing to do with my accounting major. I see. Okay, Miss Remy, please. Do you think people should learn science more?
I think yes.
Trời ơi, chỉ mà có một câu yes thôi, người ta sẽ không có gì để chấm điểm em.
Yeah. Because it's very
Interesting.
interesting.
What else then? Lớp bị thi nghe câu anything else là biết thiếu rồi đó. Chẳng hạn. Okay, let's try again. Do you think people should learn science more? Miss Remy, please. I'm asking you. Do you think people should learn science more?
Yes, because it has a lot many interesting things.
Interesting. Nhấn âm đầu nha. Interesting.
Interesting.
It's interesting thing. Alright. Miss Remy, so what kind of interesting things have you done with science? Em đã làm cái gì mà với science mà nó khá thú vị nào? Can you describe some?
When I study in secondary school.
Secondary school. When I was in secondary school.
Secondary school.
School là sao nhỉ? School là sao nhỉ? School.
School.
When I was in secondary school.
My friend and me.
My friend and I, tại vì chủ ngữ đóng vai trò chủ ngữ. Because it's subject, you know, so my friend and I.
My friend and I did
Quá khứ.
thí nghiệm là gì thầy?
Experiments. Những thí nghiệm. Experiments.
And it bùm nó bị nổ.
And there were explosion. Explosion.
Explosion.
Vụ nổ. Then there were explosion. You like things to explode? You like it when things explode?
Explosion.
Em thích nhìn thấy mọi thứ nó nổ tung lắm ha. You like it when things explode? Maybe. Sometimes it's exciting to see, to watch, you know, when things explode. Okay, so Miss Nyalam, please.
Yes.
Which science subject is interesting to you and why?
My way of thinking. There are a lot of interesting subjects which concern
Subjects.
Interesting subject concern about science. For example,
Yes, for
there
example.
are a lot of scientists who investigate vaccination.
Yes.
To have people prevent many
Illnesses and diseases.
And another example is astronomy is something interesting too.
You mean astronomy or astrology? Cái nào các bạn? Astronomy or astrology?
Astronomy.
Okay.
For example, Elon Musk would like people travel to the moon and live there. So there are a lot of things make us feel curious.
That's very good, very good, very good. So, Kathy and Leha, please, can you please not put your microphone on silent, please? Đừng tắt mic mọi người, trời ơi. Chỉ cần kêu mọi người xung quanh yên lặng để các bạn học online thôi. You just need to tell other people to zip, to silent, to be silent when you study online, you know. So Leha, please. Are you a new student?
Yes.
Of course, Leha, you new student. Okay, but okay. So let's talk about public gardens and parks. Chúng ta nói về những cái vườn công cộng hoặc là những cái công viên nhé. So let's talk about public gardens and parks. So Leha, do you like to visit like parks or public gardens?
I really enjoy going to the public garden and park because there has a lot of trees and animals like dogs and cats.
Okay. Really? But there are a lot of trees and flowers there too, you know, and insects. Cats and dogs are not really found in public gardens, you know. If you're talking about wild animals, then yes. But dogs and cats are not normally found in those places. So Leha, would you like... Okay, so what do you like to do when visiting a park?
I normally wandering around the park.
Wandering around, I see.
Wandering.
To wander around, đi vòng vòng xung quanh.
Yeah. And take a few photos.
Take a few photos.
Yeah.
And then what else do you do? What else do you do? Let me stand up now. Okay, now, so Who else? Katie, please. Do you
Yes.
like to? Would you like to be in public garden or parks?
Yes. I really like to
I
be in public.
really like.
I really like
Không phải real
to
đâu,
be
không phải
in
real, không có real. Real.
really.
So basically, this word is pronounced like real.
Really.
Nè, cái chữ này đọc là this one is real because R-E, re,
Really.
A-L-O.
Real.
So real,
Real.
chứ không phải là real, không có
Real.
real, nó là real.
Real.
Real. Is it real? Is it real? Có thật không vậy? Is it real?
Real.
Is it real?
Real.
Is it real? Real.
Real.
Is it real?
Real.
Real. So this
Real.
one is pronounced like really.
Real.
Really.
Really.
Is it? Okay, so Katie, would you like to be in a public garden or park?
Yes, I really like to be in public garden.
I really like to be.
To be in a public garden. Public garden and a park was different.
I mean, they are near the same thing. Sometimes gardens are privately owned, you know. Một số cái khu vườn nó được sở hữu cá nhân. So sometimes they are privately owned gardens. But a lot of the time they are public gardens too. Gardens, well, probably they have a lot of trees and plants and flowers. But parks, well, there aren't that many plants, but there are big trees, there are benches where people can sit, and there may be a lake, you know, but garden just like small, like a lot of flowers and shrubs and trees in a small space, I think. You know? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, so
Cái garden nó
I
thường
like
nó là
I
nó
like
tập
park
trung nhiều cái cây
better.
trong một cái khu vực, you know, và có nhiều hoa trái cái thứ, còn cái park nó sẽ thưa thớt hơn và rất nhiều thứ khác nữa.
Yes.
Okay, so let's try that one. Would you like to be in a public garden or park?
Yes, I like park better. I like park better.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so would you prefer to spend time in a personal garden or public garden? Em thà là em dành thời gian cho một cái khu vườn cá nhân hay khu vườn mà sở hữu cá nhân đó, hay là khu vườn mà công cộng?
I prefer to spend time in public garden. I will have a lot of things to do that in public garden.
Right.
I
Such
can
as,
to
ví dụ, things, lot of things to
Yes.
do, such as.
I can go camping with my friends.
Wait, you say camping?
Yes,
Camping.
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 Khác nhau với hai cái chữ B và chữ P là khác nhau nha. Like camping with my friend.
Yes, I camping with my friend. Go fishing, something like that. Or working around for exercise. Yes.
Okay, good enough. Now, so Mr. Kong, please. How are parks today different from those you visited as a child? Những cái công viên ngày nay nó có khác biệt gì với những cái công viên mà bạn đã từng viếng thăm khi còn một đứa bé không?
Wow, this is a very difficult question. Because
This is a
when
difficult question. It is. It is a difficult question.
Yeah, because when I was young,
When I
I
was
don't have a
young.
train. Yeah, I don't have a
Cẩn
train
thận.
to
Nói quá nhanh. You're speaking too fast again.
because I don't have a train.
I didn't have a chance.
Change.
Cẩn thận. Chan và chance khác nhau nha. So basically, chance và change, hai cái khác nhau. Change. Một cái là chance a kéo dài, còn một cái là change là ae và âm dz đằng sau. Change và chance different. Let's say again. I didn't have a chance to.
I didn't have a chance to go to the park.
To go to the what?
To go to the park.
The park là dính chữ B chữ P rồi.
Park.
The park.
Park.
No. Park. Park. To go to the park.
To go to the park.
To go to the park. So if you didn't have a chance to go to the park, then what happened? So I don't know the difference. Khi mình nói là mình không biết sự khác nhau cũng là một câu trả lời. You can say no, I don't know. It's also a response, you know. Không có sai, không có vấn đề gì cả. Can you say that again? Nói lại đi. So how are parks today different from those you visited as a child? Mr.
Well, I think it is a difficult question for me because I don't have a chance.
I didn't have a chance.
I didn't have a chance to go to the park.
I didn't have a chance to.
The chance to go to the park. So I don't know how to compare it.
I don't know how to compare.
Compare.
Compare. Compare. I didn't know how to compare it. Compare. Okay, very good. Now, so Mr. Yui, please. How about you? Would you like to be in a public garden or park?
I prefer to public garden.
But why?
I don't know why, but I think we have more fun than in public garden than personal garden.
Oh.
Okay, so it's more fun than a personal garden, right? Alright, so
Yes.
Mr. Yui, since you said it's more fun in public gardens compared to personal gardens, so does it mean like, what's the difference between them then? What's the differences between public gardens and personal garden then? Em nói là em thấy nó fun hơn thì có gì khác biệt nào giữa hai cái đó?
I think we can do more exercise like gym, walking, and
Gym,
kitchen
like
garden.
fishing in the garden.
Or we can
see we can meet many people,
art.
many more people.
Yes, many more people. Art.
What else then? And you can throw parties in public parks, right? Public gardens, right?
That's
But
right.
personal garden, not really, isn't it? Hên xui cũng tùy vào cái vườn nào nữa. Okay, so right, Miss Nhã Lam, please. So how are parks today different from those you visited as a child?
Well, I didn't have the chance to go to the park when I was a child.
A child, y ngắn L nè các bạn.
A child.
So child.
Child. And maybe my comparison wouldn't be exactly, but I guess nowadays the park have more sport facilities and there are more beautiful flower than before.
More beautiful flowers than before.
Yeah.
Thực sự có một vài cái sự khác biệt nữa. Like there are a few more differences. Ngày xưa parks toàn mấy người nghiện hút. Với lại parks thường ngày xưa không an toàn bằng bây giờ. Like basically parks in Vietnam basically there were a lot of addicts. So basically addicts. Addict là người nghiện á, người nghiện, con nghiện. So basically there was a lot of addicts in the parks in Vietnam back then, and there were so many street vendors, người bán hàng rong, street vendors in parks. But these days it's different. These days it's there are less people in the park, so parks became cleaner. And maybe the people they take care of parks better these days compared to the past, So what do you think, Katie? How are parks today different from those you visited as a child? Tính luôn cả cái parks mà giống kiểu mà công viên nước này, like water parks are also included, and other kind of parks like theme park, công viên cảnh quan chẳng hạn, water park. What other kind of park? Anyway, Katie, do you know the difference? Katie, hello.
Sorry,
Yes, I'm asking you.
I'm
Do you
writing.
know
I'm
the
writing
difference?
some new vocabulary, so I can't hear your question.
Oh, that's weird. Interesting. Normally, people do not concentrate that much, so they can still hear something. Anyway, so Katie, how are parks today different from those you visited as a child?
I think there's lots of different from
There are a
past
lot of
today.
differences.
Different.
There are a lot of differences.
There are lots of differences. Differences.
Differences.
Differences.
Các bạn có dịch x hoài à. Differences. There are a lot of differences. Differences.
Yeah, there's a lot of differences from past today. From those words. Because I remember when I was a child, the park in my country.
Park or park?
It's my country home.
Park or park?
Park. Park.
Bark là cái vỏ cây, còn park mới là cái công viên. See, the park.
Park. Yes, the park in my country house. Just a little.
Có cái gì đó. There
Not-
is, there are.
There's not
There's
many
something.
trees.
There is something. There are something.
There are something. There are not many trees in parks, and there's not special activity.
There aren't
For
special
example,
activities, right?
Yes, not special. There are not special things in park in the past, right?
In the past. In the past.
Past.
In the past.
In the
In the
past.
past.
In the past.
Cái chữ B với P các bạn phải luyện dữ lắm ở nhà nha. You need to practice the B and P sound, okay? In the past. Alright, good.
Past.
Okay, good. Let's go to part 2, shall we? Part 2 and part 3. Let's go to 68 because we did 69 before. Mình đi ngược lại. cái form này thầy sẽ liên tục update. Thì có thể là maybe thầy sẽ gửi, maybe các bạn cứ nhắn, nhiều khi thầy quên á, cứ gửi cái file này qua bên group, nhưng mà thầy sẽ update liên tục, phải update nó liên tục. Okay, so let's do 68 now. Describe the first day of school. School. Không phải là school, không có school nha. School. Describe the first day of school. School. No. School. Miêu tả cái ngày đầu tiên đến trường. You know, it can be any first day of school. It can be the first day to kindergarten, ngày đầu tiên đến vườn trẻ. It can be the first day to primary school, ngày đầu tiên đến trường học cấp 1. Secondary school, trường cấp 2. Maybe there are different kind of high school, you know. There are junior high school, là trường cấp 2. We have senior high school, trường cấp 3. Mấy cái này đều có được ghi video lại, các bạn về nhà coi đây, tập trung vậy đi. So these lessons are recorded on videos, so you can re-watch them. So focus, tập trung vào các bạn. It can be the first day of senior high school or junior high school. Or it can be the first day of university or college. University or college. Ở nước ngoài nó không phân chia cao đẳng với đại học đâu, cho nên university thực sự chính là đại học, chính là college luôn. So basically there's no difference between university and college. College, the word in the US. University is the word that they use in Britain, England, you know. So they are the same thing. It can be the first day that you go to private classes too, if you consider as a school. Nó có thể là cái ngày đầu tiên mình đi học lớp học tư nhân, nếu mà các bạn đi một trung tâm chẳng hạn, nó cũng là school mà. Okay, so you should say what was it like. Sorry, what it was like. Tại mấy cái này không phải câu hỏi, these are not questions. Okay, what it was like, cái ngày đầu tiên nó như thế nào. What happened. Điều gì đã diễn ra. Were you alone? Alone. Alone. Một mình. Were you alone? Alone, chứ phải alone, không có alone. Nó là alone. Were you alone? Or with someone? Các bạn có đứng một mình, có ông mình không, hay là đi với ai? How did you feel about the experience? Và các bạn đã cảm thấy thế nào về cái trải nghiệm đó? And then you have part 3 of going to school. Part 3 đương nhiên các bạn sẽ phải dùng tất cả những từ vựng vốn liếng, tất cả mọi thứ đem ra hết và nói dài nhất có thể. Try to use as many different vocabulary as you can. And of course, you should try to be natural as always in all the parts of the speaking. But part 3, be the best you can be, okay? Part 3 phải là cái mà mình tốt nhất có thể nhé. Tại vì cái part đó là cái part mà cho các bạn điểm số đấy. Because part 3 is a part that they decide your score. You have to be very careful. Now, part 3, do not speak about yourself, okay? Because part 3 questions are just about general things that happens around you. If you have to give examples, give example on the newspaper, or TV, or radio, or the internet, or something like that. Do not speak about your own experience, right? Because part 3 is not about you. Nhớ nha, part 3 không có về bản thân các bạn nữa nha. Nó không có nói bản thân mình, cho nên mình không có nói về những cái trải nghiệm cá nhân của mình hay gì cả. Nó chỉ nói những điều chung chung trong cuộc sống thôi. Cho nên các bạn cho những ví dụ thì lấy trên TV, truyền thông, internet cái gì đó, đừng có lấy ví dụ của mình nha, bản thân nha. Alright. Part 3 of going to school. School. What do you think about a child? Yên ngắn nghe là nè. Child going to school by himself or herself, or the parents picking it up. Các bạn nghĩ gì về trẻ nhỏ, đứa trẻ đi đến trường, tự bản thân nó đi đến trường, hoặc là cha mẹ đi đưa đón? Like which one is better? And then next one, how can parents cultivate the child's independence? Các bậc cha mẹ có thể là cultivate. Just a moment, please. Anyway, let's continue. I just paused the video, so that part would not be in the video anyway. Now, how can parents cultivate? Cultivate. Chữ UL đọc sao? U-L. Ow. So, cultivate. Cultivate. Gieo trồng, xây dựng, gieo hạt, gieo trồng, xây dựng. To cultivate. How can parents cultivate the child's independence? Sự tự lập, sự không phụ thuộc. Các bậc cha mẹ có thể nuôi dưỡng cái sự tự lập của trẻ nhỏ như thế nào? How can parents cultivate the child's independence? The next question. Should parents interfere? To interfere. Interfere. To interfere with something. Can thiệp vào cái gì đó. To interfere with something. With. To interfere with something. Cái chữ thờ thè lưỡi á. With. Interfere with something. Should parents interfere when things chữ thờ thè lưỡi luôn. Things. When things happen to their child. Nè, y ngắn R nè. I pronounce like ire. So their. And IL, child. Happen to their child. Why or why not? Should parents interfere when things happen to their child? Why or why not? Các bậc cha mẹ có nên can thiệp khi những thứ nó diễn ra đối với con trẻ của họ không? Tại sao không? How do parents help their children deal? Chứ không phải là deal, không có deal. Deal. Nó giống chữ real vậy đó. It's similar to real and deal, you know. Deal. To deal with something. Đương đầu với cái gì đó. To deal with something. Bullies. So bully là kẻ bắt nạt. Thì bullying. Việc bắt nạt người khác. Bullying, việc bắt nạt người khác. How do parents help their children deal with bullies? Các bậc cha mẹ làm thế nào giúp trẻ nhỏ của họ đương đầu với những tên bắt nạt, những kẻ bắt nạt? So you need to think about the content that you're going to talk about. Like think about how you can help your children with self-defense. Làm thế nào giúp trẻ nhỏ với lại cái sự mà tự phòng vệ bản thân, self-defense, tự phòng vệ, tự vệ, self-defense, self-defense, defense, self-defense, defense, self-defense,
Thì đọc lại đi thầy.
self-defense, defense, defense. Self-defense, like helping their children with self-defense. Learn how to self-defense. Học cách để tự vệ. Or learn how to defend themselves. Học cách để tự phòng vệ bản thân chúng. Learn how to defend themselves. Thì cái chữ self-defense là danh từ. Self-defense, it's a noun. Well, is there other way? Có cách nào khác không? Is there other way? Like, learn how to tell the other people what happened. Học cách để mét những người khác những gì đã diễn ra. Of course. Chứ nó im lặng là thế nào nó cũng bị bắt nạt hoài. If the victim remains silent, if the victims remain silent, they will keep on being bullied. Mà sẽ bị bắt nạt hoài lắm á. If the victims remain silent, they will keep on being bullied. Remain silent. Remain silent.
Remind thầy.
Remain, main á.
Remind.
No. Remain á. Remain. Nó là ae chứ không phải là a. It remain.
Nhưng mà người Việt mình khó phát âm chữ AE đúng không?
Cho nên mới phải luyện. It is an ae sound. If you don't know how to pronounce it, that's why you are here to practice. No excuse. Không có lý do vậy nha. No excuse, please. Just practice. Tập luyện, không có lý do gì hết, cứ tập luyện thôi. Just practice. Remain silent. Remain silent. What is the question? Bạn nào hỏi gì vậy? Okay. Now, is there other ways? You have to think about it. Các bạn phải suy nghĩ về những cách chẳng hạn. Và cái câu mà cha mẹ có nên interfere không á? Like with the question with parents interfere when things happen to their child. You should think about it. Would it make the child dependent on you? Would it make the child dependent on you? Nó có làm cho đứa bé nó dependent, nó phụ thuộc vào cái người cha mẹ đó không? Or would the child become weak? Cái đứa bé trở nên yếu ớt không? And so can the child learn how to deal with problems by themselves? Liệu đứa trẻ nó có học được cách tự đương đầu với những cái vấn đề không? And có nhiều bạn thực sự nhiều khi đến đại học mà vẫn cha mẹ đưa đón. Kỳ cục lắm, you know. like a lot of people in Asia, you know, even though when they reach the age of 18, they come to university to study, but their parents still pick them up. That's really bad, you know, rất tệ luôn á. Okay, so how can parents cultivate a child's independence? Maybe you should talk about like, you know, give the child more independence by letting them do housework. Bằng cách mà bắt nó tự nó làm việc nhà chẳng hạn. Or helping or making the child handle their own problems. Tự để cho đứa bé nó tự xử lý công việc, những cái vấn đề của riêng nó. Or maybe what else? Can you think of something else? Is there any other way?
Sleep alone soon.
Yes, sleep alone as soon as they can. Cho ngủ một mình đi, càng sớm càng tốt. They should sleep alone. Sleep alone. Alone. Sleep alone soon. As soon as possible. Càng sớm càng tốt. Bỏ cho W đi.
Alone.
Sleep alone as soon as possible. Tại vì nó sẽ làm cho đứa bé đừng có mà cứ bám víu cha mẹ, you know. Like stop the child from being too clingy. Stop the child from being too clingy. Clingy, nó cứ bám víu cha mẹ, biết chừng nào lớn được. Stop the child from being too clingy. Alright, so that is what you have to do. Bây giờ tập trung vào part 2 trước đã. Và part 3 luôn, nghĩ cái hai part này tại vì nó sẽ liên quan đến nhau. Part 2 and part 3 are related to each other. Part 2, you have only 60 seconds in a real exam to prepare for it, okay? Part 3, you don't even have time. Part 2, you have 1 to 2 minutes to talk about your topic. If you exceed that time, you will be stopped abruptly. And you have to come to part 3 immediately because there are people waiting in line to take exam, you know. The examiner cannot wait for you forever. You understand what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Are you sure? Why only Katie? Lớp im lặng quá vậy? Thầy biết các bạn có hiểu hay không? Các bạn học online mấy bạn phải nói lớn, mấy bạn học online các bạn phải tự giác nha, nói chuyện nhiều vào. Không thì sẽ không biết được các bạn có hiểu hay không đó nha. Alright, so part 2 có 60 giây để chuẩn bị trong lúc thi thôi, nhưng mà lúc bây giờ mình luyện tập mình sẽ có khoảng 2-3 phút chẳng hạn. Mình nói một cái chủ đề chỉ trong vòng 1 phút đến 2 phút thôi, quá 2 phút sẽ bị ngắt lại liền để mà qua part 3. Tại vì lúc mà thi có bao nhiêu người ta chờ sẵn trong phòng á, người ta giám khảo không có thời gian để chờ bạn cà rà xong rồi nói cho nó dài ra dở đâu. No, they don't have time for that. Part 3 các bạn muốn nói bao nhiêu cũng được, nhưng mà part 2 bắt buộc là phải được trong cái khung 2 phút đó nha. Now, so let's think about it. Describe the first day of school. Okay. Cho các bạn 3 phút để chuẩn bị cho cả hai part này luôn á, và mấy câu này luôn á. 3 minutes start. Okay. Okay, Miss Vila, please you first. Please describe the first day of school. Just have to stand down.
Yes, sir. The first day of school. School. I was not usually interested in studying when I was little. I used to be a child who cried and fusses when I feel scared. So when I get older, I often feel stressed out.
When I got older.
I often feel stressed out with scores.
Okay, that's the end of my videos. Please like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about my new uploads, okay? You can also press follow my Facebook, but please don't add me on Facebook as friends, okay? Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi nha. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, chia sẻ video này bạn bè các bạn. Nhấn vào nút đăng ký kênh YouTube mình và nút cái chuông kế bên cạnh để đăng ký kênh đó, để mà các bạn có thể được thông báo về những video mới nha. Các bạn cũng có thể nhấn vào nút theo dõi Facebook mình, nhưng nhớ đừng kết bạn Facebook mình nha. Thank you and see you. Bye.